Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarvavighnopashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir me sada Yena Akshara Samamnayam Adhigamya Maheshwarat Kritsnam Vyakaranam Proktam Tasmai Paninaye Namaha Vakyakaram Vararuchim Bhashyakaram Patanjalim Paninim Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam Vagartha Viva Samprikto Vagartha Pratipattaye Jagatah Pitaro Vande Parvati Parameshwaro Om Shanti 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 Om A I Un Rilik E Ong I Ouch Haya Varata Lan Nyamangananam Jhabhanya Ghadhadash Jabagadhatash Ka pa cha ta ta cha ta tav ka pai sha sha sar hal iti maheshwarani sutrani om tip thas ji sip thas tha mip vas mas ta atham jha thas atham dhvam it vahi mahing su o jas ot shas ta bhyam bhis ne bhyam bhyas ngasi bhyam bhyas ngas os ni os sup. It feels like we're doing vocal exercises, like we're gonna ready to sing, right? We're doing all this, getting our vocals ready, and then we're gonna sing. Singing the song of Tattvabodha. So we'll come to. So we'll also say our prayer here. Om Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshu Nam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Vidhiyate. So far we have seen, today in this class, we'll just see a little bit of Tattvabodha, and then we're actually going to be looking at a different text today, Sadhana Bodhini. And this text has nice sentences with simple Sanskrit, but it'll give us a little bit more variety than Tattvabodha will give us. Yeah. So we saw this sentence, Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannadhikarinam Moksha Sadhana Bhutam Tattvaveka Prakaram Makshyamaha. And then the question, Sadhana Chatushtayam Kim, right? Because it said you have to be qualified with Sadhana Chatushtaya. But what is Sadhana Chatushtaya? Naturally, we'll ask that. What? Nitya Nitya Vastu Vekaha Iha Mutrata Phala Bhoga Viragaha. So Viveka, Viragaha. And then third is Shamadishatka Sampattihi. Fourth, Mumukshutam Cheti. Okay, naturally, the next question will be, what is each of these things? Right? What is nitya, nitya vastu vivekaha? What is viragaha? And then here's where we left off. What is the third quality? Okay, so you can repeat after me. Shamadhi shatka sampattihi ka. Shamo namaha. Uparamastitiksha. Shraddha samadhanam cheti. Okay. So, Shamadhi shatka sampattihi ka. Okay. So, what case do you think both of these words are? Shama, you can give me it with your fingers. Shamadhi shatka sampattihi and ka. What case do you think they are? Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of number one. Either you're telling me I'm number one or this is, okay, this is number one. Shamadhi shatka sampatti. So this is Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Yeah, exactly. Ka also. Because we're just asking, what is this? What is this? So this is a little bit different. So why do we have ka here instead of kim or kaha? We have ka here because this is feminine. Yeah, wrote in the chat. This is feminine. Exactly. This is, so kaha is masculine, right? Kim is neuter. Ka is when feminine. This is feminine because sampattihi is ikaranta, short ikaranta feminine, not haribat, but matibat. Okay, so what are all this? Shamaha, damaha, uparamaha, tidiksha, shraddha, samadhanam, cha. It's a whole list. These are the 6. So we have a list of Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti. But how many are in Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti? Shat. There's 6. So here's the 6, and then Mumukshutam. I like how they said there's only 4 qualifications, but the third one has 6. It's like Lord Rama said, oh, I have to go to the forest for Navapanchavarsha. 9 plus 5, not 4. So again, Tattvabodha makes it simple. All of these are going to be in the first case. I'm not going to ask because, right, it's, what are all these? It's just going to list it all. Shamaha, damaha, uparamaha, titiksha, shraddha, samadhanam. What case is cha niti? Yeah, no case, no case, no case. So there are, yeah. Okay. So Tattvabodha is nice. You only need first case. That's why we study this first. You don't have any Sanskrit knowledge. Okay, but we're advanced Sanskrit students, so let's go to a different text for a little bit more, for some time, okay? So I'm going to pull up this text called Sadhana Bodhini. So Sadhana Bodhini, you can see on the screen here. This is a text called Sadhana Bodhini. Okay, we'll come back to the word sampatti. Yeah, at the end, okay? So Sadhana Bodhini, right? So this is a text written by Swami Sadatwananda Saraswati. He's the Acharya of the Coimbatore Anakati Ashram. He wrote this text because there was a gap. There wasn't a text for beginner students. So Tattvabodha has some of the sadhanas as we're seeing, but it doesn't describe all of the sadhanas. So this text was written so that beginning students can also have different, a text which has different sadhanas listed in it. So this is a picture of Swami Sadhananda. So, but nice sentences we get here, and we get a lot of understanding here. Okay. So this is different than Sadhana Panchakam. Yes, this is different than Sadhana Panchakam. Sadhana Panchakam has a very similar style where it's talking about different sadhanas, but this one you'll see is very systematic. It goes very clearly and very simple. Sadhana Panchakam is also quite simple, but it goes into different topics and you have to understand how it all fits in. This is very systematically, you'll see that it goes through. Okay. So first, this is a prayer, right? We'll analyze this sentence. So you can repeat after me. Namaskritya gurum bhaktya brahmatmanandarupinam sadhanasyopadeshtaram kurve sadhana bodhinim. So you can say that with me. We'll say it slowly. Namaskritya gurum bhaktya brahmatmanandarupinam sadhanasyopadeshtaram kurve sadhanabodhinim. So someone asked in the chat, Swamiji wrote the shlokas. Yeah, so Swamiji wrote the shlokas. Swamiji is he's one of the most scholarly in our parampara. He was also taught at Kailash Ashram, which kind of shows his scholarship, that he was invited to teach at Kailash Ashram for an extended period of time. So here, right, in the first shloka, just like Tattvabodha, there's a namaskara to the Guru. So you can see I broke it up so that we can see the sentence in the Anvaya order, in the order that we would usually understand it. Okay. So, but let's look just quickly at the meaning. After devotedly saluting the Guru, who is of the nature of Brahma, which is identical to the self, which is Ananda, and who reveals the means, I compose Sadhana Bodhini. So after devoting the Guru, I compose Sadhana Bodhini, right? That's the main part of the sentence. So we can start with this second half. Sadhana Bodhinim kurve. Okay. So I'm going to ask, should I call on people? Urmilandi, what is the verb? I gave it away.
Kurve is the word.
Kurve is the verb. Can you guess what the dhatu of kurve is?
Krudatu.
Krudatu, exactly. Krudatu. Krudatu is really funny. It is 8U. So that when it's Ubaya, so it's U, type U, Ubayapadi. And Ubayapadi means that they have two sets. You can do in Parasmaipada or Atmanepada. So I'll make this bigger. So we're more used to some of the parasmaipada forms, but it can also be an atmanepada. Okay. Do you see the word kurve? Yeah, kurve. Uttama purusha ekavachanam atmanepada. Right? Or I can say karomi, right? We're more familiar with karomi, but kurve also can be kridhatu. So, kurve. So I take this, right? This is kridhatu, 8u, meaning to do. Oh, sorry. This is lat lakara. This is kartari prayoga. We know it's kartari because there's no yakara, right? So there's no kartari, or it's not karmani. And we just saw this, uttama purusha ekavachanam, first one. So if I'm going to say kurve, I can supply a first case. Kurve, I can say, who is doing it?
Kurve, the one who is writing is doing it.
Yeah, kurve. And so if I say it's first person, who is first person?
The person doing the karma.
Yeah. First person doing the karma. Aham, right? I. Aham kurve. So if I see first person, I can always supply the word aham. Right? So this person who's writing this is saying that, but really just we can put aham. That's our first case. So I do, or I make, right? Could also be in the make. Or I am composing here in this context because of contextual, right? I'm composing, or I compose. But simply I do. Why atmanepada, not parasmaipada? There's not always reason and rhyme. Sometimes they say atmanepada is when you're doing something for yourself. Atmane, for yourself, then you'd put it in atmanepada. Or for parasmaipada, para means someone else, right? If you're doing it for someone else, then you put it in parasmaipada. But here it fit the meter most likely, the tune. And so it got put in. There's some rules for how to put it in the meter. And so I imagine that's why as well. Okay. So I do Sadhana Bodhini. Okay. So I was going to ask, Kuri and Prema, but I can't unmute you. That's okay. It seems like it might not work. That's okay. Okay, yeah, 2. Yes, okay, good. 2, second case. All right, second case. Yeah, this is the second case. So this word, how we would break it down, right? Sadhana Bodhini. So Nilamanji, can you break it for us? So we have to say, what is the Pratipadika?
Pratipadika is Sadhana Bodhini.
Bodhini. So yeah. So it's Ikaranta.
Ikaranta Strilinga.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to look that up. I'll look that up. Stri. Okay. Ikaranta Strilinga. Sadhana Bodhini.
Dvitiya Bhakti. Dvitiya Vibhakti.
Devibhakti.
Ekavachanam.
Ekavachanam. Yeah.
And it is Karmani Dvitiya tu kurve.
Karmani dvitiya
Tu kurve.
tu kurve. So I make, or I do, or
I
I
do.
compose Sadhana Bodhini. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Now, there's a longer first part of this sentence. Okay, so I'm going to mute you. Brahmatmananda rupinam sadhanasya upadesharam gurum bhaktya namaskritya. Okay. So there is a verb-like word. Does anybody know what the verb-like word is? I'll Pratima ji, do you know what the verb-like word is?
Is it Namaskritya?
Yeah, Namaskritya, exactly. Namaskritya. So we see Namaskritya there. So here we have Namaha, right? Namaha plus
Yeah. Krutva?
yeah, so twa.
Tva.
So yeah, so that's twa. Usually we would have twa. Sorry, my handwriting isn't really great there. But here you don't see twa, right?
No.
So we get the word, we get a yakara. Okay, so I'll explain this in a moment. But this is correct. So it's Namaskritya. When we get this twa, it's technically avyaya. So that perfect. Okay. So it's technically avyaya, having done salutation. So having saluted. Having saluted. I'll explain this Namaskritya in a moment, but having saluted. It's not present, it's not past tense. It's still present tense because, well, yeah, I guess technically we can say past in a way because it's so whatever the verb is saying, I'm doing now, and whatever is indicated by twa is right before that in time. Right? So Namaskritya aham kurve. Having saluted, I am composing. But we can't say past tense because it's technically not a verb. Right? Technically not a verb. So it doesn't really have a tense, but it has that quality of something which is right before this in time. Okay, so having done something, so that having done something, I do. Having done something, I do. Okay, who's the karta? Same person, aham, right? Aham kurve, aham namaskritya. I salute. Okay. Hariprasad ji, you have a question?
Okay. Namaskritya, if it is okay, is there any difference between Namaskritya, that means having saluted, or after saluting, between that word and Namaskritya? It's a yakara ending. Is there any difference?
Yeah, so I'll talk about this in a moment. I'll talk about. I'm gonna break this down. So, but so if we said kritva or kritya, in the meaning wise, there's no difference, and both would be avyaya. But here we need to say tya tya instead of twa.
Why?
And I'll explain why in a moment. But but both twa and yakara, both of them have that same having done something, and then they avya. Okay, so I'll explain this in a moment. So Harpasaji, if I'm doing Namaskritya, what is the object of my namaskara?
To Guru.
Guru, yes, exactly. So we're going to Namaskritya to my Guru. So can you break down the word Guru?
Yes, sir. Guru is Ukaranta Pullinga.
So what's the Pratipadika?
Guru is the Pratipadika.
Guru. And then you said Ukaranta.
And it is Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekavachana.
Dvitiya Vibhakti. And Vibhakti Artha?
Karmani Dvitiya.
Karma.
To Kurve.
Karmani Dvitiya. So Karmani Dvitiya means
the object.
Yeah, second case in the sense of object to Namaskritya.
Yes.
So Namaskritya. So having saluted the Guru. So it actually goes to Namaskritya here.
Oh, Namaskritya. Okay, correct. Yeah. Okay.
And okay. So Namaskritya. So far we have I compose Sadhana Bodhini, or I write Sadhana Bodhini, having done Namaskara to the Guru. Okay. Now there's all these words. Brahmatmananda Rupinam, Sadhanasya Upadeshtaram, Gurum. Okay. Now, what are all these words doing here before the Guru? Who should I? Does anybody want to go for it? Yeah. Pratimanji, you have to unmute yourself.
I think it is Visheshana to Guru, like who is Brahmananda and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they're all Visheshana.
Adjectives. Yeah.
Adjectives to the Guru.
Mm.
So what case would these words be if Gurum is second case?
I don't know. Sadhanasya seems like a sixth case.
Yeah, sadhanas is sixth case. Yeah, that's correct. What about Brahmatmananda Rupinam?
That is something, it's not, it sounds like Rupinam would be, it should be sixth case too, but I'm not sure.
So one clue is that it's an adjective to Guru.
Second case.
Yeah, so if it's an adjective, they're going to be samanadikaranam. They're going to be the same case.
Second case, yeah.
Second case. And upadeshtaram
is also second case.
Is also second case. Okay, perfect. So I salute the Guru, who is Brahmatmananda Rupinam. So here we have the meaning here, who is of the nature, Rupinam, nature, of Brahman, which is identical to Atma, which is Ananda. So in the form of Brahma, which is Atma, which is Ananda. And actually, Swami Sadatmananda's teacher was named Brahmatmananda, his first teacher. So that's why this is also here. Brahmatmananda Swamiji is in Gujarat. So that's where he learned first and then studied more. So Brahmatmananda Rupinam, and then Upadeshtaram means the teacher. And so Upadeshtaram is the teacher. Teacher of what, Pratimaji? Now this is where.
Teacher of sadhana, sadhanasya.
Sadhanasya, yeah. So teacher of sadhanasya.
And
Right,
is
that's why
also,
this 6 case.
and also Namaskritya, is it a labyantam pada?
Yeah, exactly. It's labya.
Okay.
So that's what I was going to get to. So we're
It just dawned on me right now. Yeah.
yeah, perfect. So I salute, or I write Sadhana Bodhini on Smithya, having saluted my guru, who is in the form of Brahman, which is Atma, which is Ananda, and who is the teacher of the sadhana, of all the means to prepare my mind, or means for this knowledge. And there's one word, bhaktya. Bhaktya. Okay, so for the sake of time, I'm just going to do bhaktya. Bhaktya is actually bhakti, so ikaranta, strilinga. And this is actually third case, singular. Bhaktya. 3-1. And this is, so third case singular, and I would say this is, so sometimes we can just say adverbial. It's an adverb because I'm doing namaskara with bhakti. But, or I can say, what kind of tritiya? We can just say, yeah, sadhana. I mean, there's no really, we can just say non-karaka vibhakti because it's not really a karanam, right? But we can say karane tritiya. That's, I mean, there's no problem. It is the instrument by which I'm doing namaskara. But it's to Namaskritya. So I'm saluting with bhakti. So with bhakti, so with devotion, I am saluting the Guru, who is Brahmatmananda Rupinam, and who is the teacher of sadhana. So this is nice sentences, right? We can actually get how the text works. Instead of Tattvabodha is all first cases, so this gives us a little bit more to learn. Quickly, I said I would talk about, I didn't. Okay, I thought I had it here, but I was going to talk, I thought I had a part about this, but Namaskritya. So when we have the word twa, right? K-T-V-A, twa, long a. When I'm adding something to, let's just say, the K goes away, so twa. When I have a word, so let's say I have kr, so I have kritva, right? I just have the root, and then I can add twa. But if I add in upasarga or anything preceding the dhatu, so if I say, for example, Namaha kr, so that's how we get namaskar, right? Namaskre. So Namaha plus kr. Now I have something preceding it. Or if I have an upasarga. Here it's not an upasarga, but I have something preceding it. So I have something preceding it. If I have something preceding it, twa becomes lyap. L-Y-A-P. Lyap. Sorry, that's not written very clearly. Lyap. Okay, so I had something called lyap. Now lep, finally, all these letters, it only becomes yakara. Okay, so I have nama, and then because of sandhi, I get namas, and then namaskri, and then plus yakara. So namaskriya. Now, some of the dhatus get an extra takara in between, and so it becomes namaskritya. Kru happens to be the one of those which gets that extra takara in between. And so we get namaskritya finally. So the question is, why isn't it not namaskritwa? It can't be twa because we have this something preceding this dhatu here. That is as though adding like it's like acting like an upasarga, changing the meaning. But it's something preceding it, therefore we have to add lyap instead of twa, and then we get this yakara, and then we get this extra takara. So finally we get namaskritya. And this whole word is an avyaya. Okay. Hariprasadji, does that answer your question? You have to unmute yourself.
So if there was no upasarga like Namaha, it would have been stayed as twa.
Yeah, so right here, in this first part, we don't have anything before it. So I can just add kr plus twa. I would have kritwa, having done.
Yeah.
Having done something. But here I have namaskrit, so it's having saluted.
Having done the namaskara.
Exactly. So I think it's simpler than it seems, but we'll see this yakara, lyap, and we'll see this twa very, very commonly. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. So let's just chant this one more time. And now you can think of the meaning in your mind, okay? Namaskritya Gurum Bhaktya. Sorry. Namaskritya Gurum Bhaktya. Brahmatmananda Rupinam Sadhanasyopadeshtaram Kurve Sadhana Bodhinim. Okay, can you get the meaning? Can you translate it by yourself now? Yeah, you can get each of these words. Okay. If you're not smiling, you should be smiling. This is exciting. Okay. All right. We'll switch to our Gita class.